Welcome to the University of Illinois. My name is Caroline Thies, and I am a small business owner of Life Still Is, which is focused on encouraging positivity and resilience through organizational and inspirational content. And today I will be showing you my top 10 favorite locations on the University of Illinois campus. I'm going to finish this intro in my apartment though because I'm in public and this is kind of awkward. Much better, though I am filming this on the next day, and so I'm not wearing the same outfit. So basically, the idea behind this video is that I'm a student at the University of Illinois, and I've grown up locally, so I do know a couple places on campus, and I wanted to share them with you because, especially if you're new, or if you've been around for a long time and want to find some new study spots, some new places to hammock, this video is for you. So I will be taking you to 10 different spots on the University of Illinois campus, 3 of which are great spots to go outside if you want to hammock or journal or something. 3 of them will be study spots. 2 of them will be places to get a meal, and 2 of them will be places to get coffee. Let's get started by going to some of my favorite outdoor spots, easing into this, not going right for the study spots because who wants to study right away anyway. Welcome to Illini Grove. If you're a big hammocker, then Illini Grove is one of the best places to come. I don't actually see a ton of people hammocking here. Normally, I'm not here a ton, but whenever I am here, I don't see it. I see more people hammocking in the next location I'll show you, but it's a perfect, quiet, a little bit wooded area where you can get away. You're still by a kind of busy road, but honestly, it's the closest thing we have to a park on campus, and it definitely gets some points for that. There's also a ton of like picnic tables here if you like that sort of thing. If you want to study on a picnic table, that's awesome. They're little barbecue grills if you want to have a cookout. A lot of times if an RSO is having a cookout, they'll have it here. I'm part of crew and they do pizza and prayer here some weeks, and it's just a great place to be. Illini Grove is sort of out of the way, especially if you live in one of the Champaign dorms, but also it's kind of far from ISR. But it is super close to Pharr Parr. So if you live in Pharr Parr, you gotta be taking advantage of this because it is like the only thing Pharr Parr is close to.
Watch the stars fall down from space as we listen to that mix we made.
Welcome to the second hammocking spot. I know I'm swinging for this clip and I'm sorry about that, but I'm too high off the ground to stop myself. So that's just gonna be that. This spot doesn't have a name. I'm between Lincoln Hall and the English building, right off the main quad. Sort of by Chalmers, the Lutheran Church, Chi Omega. But this is a great spot to hammock. I love people watching here and reading a book or doing some work. I think it's a great place to relax. You're sort of in this little nature-ish area, but you're also in the center of it all. So you can see a lot of people going to and from class, which I really like. I don't know, you may not like that, but it's fun.
On our very last day.
Now I'm at the North Quad. I think this is the North Quad. There's a farther North Quad if you consider that the North Quad, or you might just consider this one. I really like this one because it has Boneyard Creek, and I love being near water. The creek is kind of gross. There's a lot of trash in it, but it has these nice rocks that you can sit on and do some homework. And there's also little places to sit up there. This is engineers territory, so I'm not here a ton, but I do really like it. And would you know, you can also hammock here, except I definitely hung my hammock up too low. So, doing a good job here.
At the end of the world.
Next, we'll be talking about some of my favorite study spots on the University of Illinois campus. Last year, I posted an Instagram story with a question sticker for where your favorite spots to study were, and then I went around to a bunch of different ones. And these are the 3 that have really stuck with me. First off, going to the ACES library. Looks like it's closed for Labor Day. I'll just have to talk out here. I love studying at the ACES library. There's so much natural light. I've been there a ton of times and always put on my Instagram stories, so I will play some of those next to me while I talk. There's also study rooms that you can rent out really easily, but you do want to, well, not rent them, just reserve them. You do want to reserve them online though. Don't just show up to a study room because people do put in reservations. But you don't have to have any special reason to do a reservation. You can just want, if you want a quiet room to do a Zoom call or homework, you can choose one of them. You don't have to go that far in advance, but I would maybe like a week in advance, not a week in advance, but like do it Sunday for the following week. And that's a great place to study, but you can also just study at the desks here, and they're really nice. The ACES library is conveniently and pretty much centrally located, not entirely, on the South Quad. This is one of my favorite places to study. Obviously, it's in this video. Someone please tell me why every building has to be closed for Labor Day. Like, not everyone goes home. Welcome to Lincoln Hall. Lincoln Hall is another one of my favorite places to study. I will put Instagram stories of me studying here on the screen. I love the courtyards in Lincoln Hall. They are chef's kiss, incredible, especially when the weather is nice. You can go in there and study. If you have a class in Lincoln Hall, you can get there early or stay after and study in the courtyards. And they're pretty dead, except once I did smell someone smoking weed while I was literally in the same courtyard, and they are tiny courtyards. That was uncomfortable. But if it is winter and you don't want to go outside in the courtyards, they have little desks right next to them where you can study, and it's pretty quiet. Though I also would always go at like 7 a.m. So of course it was quiet, but I don't think it gets too crazy. Lincoln Hall is situated right on the main quad and next to Follinger. It's great. You probably will have classes here, and it is in a great location. Anyone can get to it. Very central. Good place to study. The third and final study spot is the Union, which it has to be open. How can the Union not be open? It's open. The Union has a ton of stuff, and I have to be a little bit quiet in here because there's not a lot of people today, but it has restaurants, it has a bowling alley in the basement, it has lots of study spaces. My favorite space is the Courtyard Cafe.
The Courtyard Cafe is nestled in the middle of the Union. It's a great place to study, people watch, have some activity going on while you're getting some work done. They have a stage where I think they do performances, though I have seen some lunchtime performers and they're fun. And there's also Starbucks in there, though the line is normally pretty long for that.
Next, let's talk about food. We all need to eat, and though I'm a sucker for cooking for myself, there are some times where I like to meet friends for a meal or just want to have some convenience, and these are the two places that I gravitate towards. My favorite is definitely the Bread Company. It's right next to Espresso Royale, which is one of the coffee shops I mentioned, and the one funky thing about the Bread Company is their hours are super strange. Despite being called the Bread Company has lots of things: bread, sandwiches, soups, pizza, fondue. I think they have the best pizza in town, except for one food truck that I really like, but that doesn't come on campus. But their pizza is very good. It's a little bit pricey, but I mean, if you're gonna treat yourself, this is worth it, especially to have a nice local spot. Welcome to Green Street. My favorite place to get food on Green Street is Mia Zaz.
Mia Zaz is my favorite place to take someone else out to lunch just because they have so many options. They have pizza, pasta, outdoor seating, sandwiches, everything you could ever want. But there's also other restaurants. Cracked, I hear, is good, though I've never been there. Chipotle and noodles are good go-tos. Jimmy John's. There's a ton of options on Green Street.
Finally, I love a good tea date. I love going out to tea with a friend. I normally don't go out by myself just because it can get a little bit expensive, but it is nice for the social aspect of it. So I have two tea/coffee shops on campus that I'm going to share with you now. Welcome to Cafe Paradiso. I'm actually not a coffee drinker, but I do like a good tea, especially if I'm going to meet up with a friend and just chat about life. This one is a great place to go. I can spend about $3 on a tea and use the tea bag like 5 times at home. Their variety is not as good as Espresso Royale, which is the next tea shop I'll tell you about, or coffee shop. But the vibe is great. This little outdoor seating area is the cutest thing. I really just want to come here without buying anything in Journal or something. It is situated right on the corner of Lincoln and Nevada and is very convenient. I guess if you live on the Champaign side of campus, it's not very easy to get to, but if you live on the Urbana side, it's probably close to you. The second of the 2 coffee shops I'll be sharing is Espresso Royale. Espresso Royale is a little bit more central than Paradiso. It's located right across the street from Cranard. They also have other locations. This is just my favorite. It's on the corner of Goodwin in Oregon. And it's a little bit more expensive than Cafe Paradiso in terms of tea. I have no clue what coffee's like, but they do have more variety. I love their tangerine white tea. It's just a little over $3. And they have really nice outdoor seating. Not quite as nice as Paradiso, but you get the location. That is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear what your favorite places on the University of Illinois campus are. So comment those down below. If you want a part 2, comment that down below. Follow us on Instagram at LifeStillIs. That's where you're gonna see the daily University of Illinois content and other positive things. And yeah, I think that's all. So I will see you in our next video.